running back. Hello, that's the Jag calling. Let me click over real quick to let my Jag talk it. I eat it, ooh, Pac-Man, that's the way my neck talking. Right, I ain't never coming back the way the stress. You don't make no clap.
Thank you, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Oakland, California. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between our visitors and the Oakland Raiders. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This is taken at the 3. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
Ready? You ready? Combo. It's time to win. It's time to go.
On first down, Moss. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
Don't be scared of it.
On 2nd and 12, Winston. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that first drive, pick 6.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game, getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 24-yard line.
Ready.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Check nickel.
Now it's a bootleg with Winston. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off at the 47. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Check 24. Check 1.
And they give this time to the tailback. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Now that sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the Chargers' 48-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Been a long day for you.
Now they try the right side here. It's a 7-yard pickup. They'll be looking now to 3rd and 6.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down.
Now that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
This would have been a 54-yard boot had they tried a field goal, but they will not try a field goal. They're going for it.
49 the mic. Rip right. 49 the mic. Watch 49. Focus, defense, focus.
Now Mariota on 4th down. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
49 exit. Come on. You better bring it. 49 the mic. Watch 49. Watch your slack. Watch your 3.
From the gun, Mariota. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. In for the score. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Well, early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you give the defensive touchdown early to give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, and we've had that conversation with them prior to the game, they always say, you know, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. The Charger drive about to get going. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. On 2nd and 9, Winston throwing right, and that's complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 23 yards the pickup there.
And that was a heck of a shot right there by Jameis Winston. Boy, he has a superior right arm, doesn't he? You saw him play baseball.
Yeah, he's actually a switch hitter in baseball. Outfielder, and then, of course, a very hard-throwing pitcher. That's translated well in the National Football League.
That it has. When he has to make that throw on a line, he's got plenty of arm to do it.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. When you're down early, how do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
On 2nd down, Eckler. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he takes it all the way down to the 22. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, And a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, get the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 25-yard line.
Ready? Slide 25. 59. Let's go.
They'll try to throw now. Winston. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Ready? Blue lady. 3. Hey, let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration.
On 3rd down, Winston. And, Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. No doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
And an alley to run. He'll be upended at the 18. That's a very helpful pickup of 9 after the play began at the 9.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at that 18-yard line.
$14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14.
Squeeze, double. Kill. Slam.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. But I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And some room to maneuver. And he'll be taken down deep into Charger territory. A big play that time for the Raiders. 62 yards. Yardage-wise, he's in the top handful of backs in the league so far this season. A great run there.
He's going to love that standing when it comes to contract time. But even more so, his team loves it because he gives them an identity and sets a tone.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. They'll try to throw now. Mariota. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Watch the edge.
Now a handoff looking right. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They're going to run the jet sweep on 3rd down. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A 15-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Draw play, it's Eckler. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Winston from the gun on 3rd down. He's airing it out for Williams. And this is caught at the 20. And he's going to have this down deep into Oakland territory. It's a big one there for the Chargers. 63 yards. A first red zone opportunity here for the Chargers. They've got a 1st and 10 from the 10. Here is Eckler. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2.
Let's get it together, defense. Easy. Mike 3. There we go. Watch the run. 5 on the 50.
On 2nd and 12, Winston. This is caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. He'll give up 6 yards there on the loss, and it'll bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, on comes the Charger kicker, Michael Badgley. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Badgley's kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 31-yard line.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's got some space here. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Well, they put it all together on that one. Good vision, good blocking. A toss play to the left. How do you toss it?
Yeah, a toss is the underhand kind of egg toss. The pitch is kind of, if you're running the option, you pitch it end over end, correct?
Yeah, I agree
you're
totally.
The guy.
I agree totally. And in the NFL, we'll see a lot more tosses than pitches. Because if you're pitching it, you might lose your quarterback.
Absolutely. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from her. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Uchenna Nwosu got the sack there. Now this one from about 2 counties over. After the sack, they come up on a 2nd and very long. Mariota now, eluding the pressure right. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away, and he winds up only picking up a yard or 2.
An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. He's going to let this one go deep. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. The Charger drive about to get going. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. On 2nd and a couple, Winston, Hunter Henry brings it in. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
22. Man left, man left. Four down, four down. Green, triple T. Let's go.
The first down throw for Winston. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
For a rookie first-rounder, he's made a huge impact on this defense, but that tells me that they had a plan for him when they drafted him. Just turn him loose, do what you do best, go get the quarterback.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. And a pretty good run, all things considered. Probably would have liked that in the first quarter instead of right now as the clock continues to run. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. The Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down.
Watch tight end, watch tight end. Tight right, tight right. We got 4. We got 4.
From the gun, Winston. He's airing it out for Williams. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Jonathan Abram picks it. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. Fielded about a yard deep. And what a return. Great field position all the way out to the 48-yard line.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And to give this time to the tailback. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
We've called a lot of gains, but we don't normally talk about inside linebackers being that fleet of foot, do we?
No, he was able to get outside there to make that play.
Yeah, and you know what makes them faster? Their ability to read plays, understand what offenses are trying to do, and put themselves in proper position.
What's the run? They're running it.
He'll pitch it back, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Not at all what they envisioned on third down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Oh, boy, he fielded it right on the goal line. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Chargers will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. The Charger drive about to get going. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes.
He's got a man complete. He's at the 30, 10, and all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, 89 yards. And the Chargers are able to close the gap just a bit. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard and you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And it makes the score 21-10. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Let's go deep, tighten up. Let's go deep, tighten up. 49. One. Time to go, 9.
Now Mariota. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A gain there of 30 big ones. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They go play action. Mariota. And they get to Mariota here as he's dropped on the sack. Joey Bosa able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Mariota now from the 50. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here.
0-0, Mike Creed. All day. Switch.
Here's Eckler to begin the drive. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. From the shotgun, it's Winston. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And it's intercepted at the goal line. A great read, and it's picked off. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing him.
And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And he'll give it here to his running back. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Meanwhile, here, a run on first down really backfires as he's going to be brought down well behind the line of scrimmage. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
Check 43. Watch the safety creep. Kill. Hey, turn it up. Check.
Play action now. Mariota throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. On 3rd down, Mariota. And some room to work. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Switch. Green, Timothy.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Winston. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. The Chargers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and a mile. Working out of the gun. Winston. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. And he's going to miss this one. Wide to the left from distance. It's no good. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise, this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Going on the ground with Eckler. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Once more, here's Eckler. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score.
I can't help it, partner. I love backs who have a lot of burst.
Yeah, they ran the toss play. By the way, sometimes you'll hear toss and pitch used interchangeably, but that was the toss.
Well, for me, a toss, quarterback takes the snap, turns around, tosses it to the tailback. Yeah, like an egg underhanded really with 2 hands. And a pitch, usually like you're running an option-type play, and you pitch it out there to the trailing back.
Goes end over end like a field goal.
Yeah, where you turn it over, make sure that thumb turns down and the ball flips end over end slowly and delicately to your running back.
We play to win. Let's go.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. A running play there, going to get 11 as they get a quick first down. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12 at the 35-yard line.
Blue 18. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. 49.
Working out of the gun, Mariota. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Fighting through pressure. And fights through. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Joey Bosa in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Now a handoff here to his running back. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Pretty shifty footwork, but didn't buy him much. Call it a gain of 4 there, but those yard markers a ways away here. 3rd down coming up.
Pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
Give them 11 yards that time on the return, and it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. They started on the ground with Eckler, and he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
On second and 11 now. Winston, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, it was second long, now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is third and long.
Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Easy. Ringo.
Jameis to throw it. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Right back to him on first down. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And they'll try the jet sweep here. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. That second down play nets a -4.
Taken down back at the 49-yard line.
So here we go, Charles, third down. Any chance you're throwing?
I don't think so. I think you got to keep the clock rolling here.
49, guys. Mike, 49.
And they, in fact, will throw it. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a first down.
And that's the type of run that they're looking for, because they'll need to continue to rely on him to move the sticks in this tight game in order to preserve this lead.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Mariota staying on his feet, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Here's Mariota. And his throw here's incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch. Is the arm there, the leg's still there? This has been a tough game. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now they'll run it on the toss. Past the 20. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
This fielded at the 2. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
He's coming. Double up, double up. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
Here's Winston. Now a desperation throw deep. And got his man complete. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. Winston now from the 50. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back. Mark 5. Mark 5.
One last shot now for Winston. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. So this one, a victory for the Raiders. So for the Raiders, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for our visitors, it's loss number 3 for them on the year. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The Black Hole celebrates. The Raiders are winners here as we say so long from Oakland.